Rebecca Berry here on behalf of Golin Harris in the Consumer Brands Group and Carrie Vondersit, who's the Senior Vice President in the Consumer Brands Group. This year, Golin Harris had the opportunity to work with Unilever Klondike on a social media campaign called What Would You Do for a Klondike Bar Goes Viral. And this is a great opportunity not only for the brand, but for Golin Harris to really pave the way for PR and social media relations. We were able to surpass all of our goals and expectations for the program by doing not only podcasts, reaching out to bloggers, working with YouTube, a wide variety of social media elements that helped us to reach over 700 million impressions. And part of the reason why we took the program online was to help engage the new consumer target, which was males 25 to 44, where they're spending their time online. So looking at all the ways that they engage with the internet every day, whether it's with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of the different blogs that they read, and we found unique ways to target them in each of those areas.
Matt, can you give us a brief overview of Real People, Real Stories, why you created it, for what audience, and what was its purpose?
Sure. Real People, Real Stories is a YouTube-like site that we created for Golin Harris, which is a public relations firm based here in Chicago, but with offices all over the world. They have more than 600 employees, and the intent of the site was to get the different offices around the world to start to interact and to share stories of the work that they were doing for their clients, the work that they were doing within Golin Harris, and to just really create a venue for a simple, authentic way for employees to share the stories of the things that they were working on. That was the intent.
So how did the team develop it? How many people were involved, and how long did it take?
Well, a lot of people were involved from a lot of different perspectives. As far as putting the site together, we had a team of 3 or 4 folks that oversaw the process, the development of it, including a couple of technical people that actually did that built the site for us. But we set up the process and made it as easy as possible for folks to submit their videos. For us to post it up, we'd tag it with certain keywords, and then we'd make sure that all the employees knew that new videos were up.
Mm-hmm. So describe when it launched, and what was the reaction from your audience?
Well, Real People, Real Stories is more than just this site. It was actually an initiative within Golin Harris to encourage employees, and also to encourage employees with each other to share stories, but also to use storytelling as a mechanism for clients. So there was a lot of enthusiasm behind it when it launched. A lot of people were excited for it, but they were excited to go see the videos, not necessarily contribute the videos. It took a little bit of prodding, but once we got a few people to do it, other people were more comfortable for it, and then it kind of steamrolled from there, and more videos were up until now. I believe that there's over 130 videos, and almost a third of every employee in Golin Harris is highlighted within a Real People, Real Stories video.
That's terrific. You know, when you do a project after you look at things, you always say, here's something we might have done differently, here's something we learned from this, here's something that if we did a little different we might have been a little happier. Can you share with somebody one learning you got from this that maybe somebody doing something like this could avoid or do?
Well, I think we may have been a little naive in the if you build it, they will come. And what it really takes is a real thoughtful, strategic approach to getting people to load videos on there. We made it really as easy as possible, and we encouraged all of the managing directors in all of the offices to use video cameras, to make video cameras available to their folks. We tried to lend out video cameras when we could. It really was important to get the managing directors and all the top leadership involved so that they would encourage folks to do it. In fact, they were some of the first people that we encouraged to load videos, so if they saw their boss was doing it, it was a lot easier for them to do videos themselves. And I think that was a learning, and it worked out in the end.
Fantastic. Thank you, and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm Steve Wilson with McDonald's Corporation.
Hi, Steve, and we're here to talk about McDonald's Mindshare social media community. Can you talk a little bit about that project?
You bet. Mindshare was really developed as a way for us at McDonald's to share our best practices across an organization that is highly decentralized and geographically dispersed. And so Mindshare really was our way of connecting best practices and connecting some of the best business ideas within our organization.
So it sounds like it was a lot of work. Did you have a big team on this, or?
Actually not. It really was about getting people excited about being able to share their components and their ideas.
So what's a brief overview of what it really is as a product?
Mindshare, actually, if you think about it, it's not unlike what we started our founder, Ray Kroc, who said, all of us are better, that none of us are better than all of us. And so it really is extracting the best practices from all over the world. So it really is about sharing, what's working well in the restaurant in Shanghai, what's working well in the re-imaging of a restaurant, for example, in France, and actually bringing those ideas back into a global center.
And so even though I know that your history is that you try to give the same dining experience no matter where you go, is it true that you can actually have the same operational experience like this and share that?
Absolutely. The interesting thing is that the experience actually becomes localized, and the local culture actually owns the experience at McDonald's. And so what's most interesting to me after being there for 7 years is that the individual in Belgium, for example, or Japan, for example, thinks about McDonald's in a local context. So it is about my McDonald's as opposed to the McDonald's of the United States. And so you'll interact with a young Japanese child, for example, and they will say, I was back in the United States, and do you know, they have McDonald's there. And that's really telling us that we have really transcended that brand experience at a local market level.
Wonderful. Now, usually there's a lesson learned, something that you would do different if you could do it again. What would be something you could share with people who would be doing something like this that maybe you learned?
I think one of the really strong experiences is to start early, and you cannot underestimate just how much work it really takes to make this, to really put something like this into fruition, into an organization. So it's not 1 time or 3 times or even 7 times, but really you have to just keep coming back at it and back at it and back at it.
Well, the work really shows with your Bronze Quill Award. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.